What up, friends? How are you doing? Good morning, friends. How are you doing today? This week is going to be a great week for me. Okay, I just feel it already. Okay, all right. Not that other weeks weren't, but it's been a long time coming for me to be at the end of this cycle, kind of. And I'm here, and I'm loving it. Okay, so really quickly before I get into Hannah and Phil, the pimp, okay, I want to talk about why I chose my boo thing, which I can call him that now. My boo thing. I don't know if I should share his name or not. I don't know. Should I? Should I? Nobody knows him. Like, he's not on social media. So, I mean, how are you going to find him? Last time when people knew I was crushing on somebody, things kind of went south. And they went south pretty fast. Okay. so I'm kind of like protective over this. I don't want anything to happen. I don't want people to. I don't want nobody to take this from me. Like the last one was. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay. That's another thing about this person that I'm with, and this is also the reason why I chose this person. Okay. I had a few options. Okay. I had like four ways I could go. Okay. And the reason I chose this person is because of how protective he is of me already. Like, he is on my ass already. Like, he's already like, I have your back. Like, you can trust me. You and me are one. And he was already like that during our little dating phase. He was already very protective over me. And sexy. When somebody is all about you and oh goodness, I'm like, come on, I'm fine. I'm like, because I'm just used to being independent. And he's like, no, no, like he's so protective over me already, and that's fucking sexy, okay? And of course, it's the whole protector aspect of it. I've been on my own, and it's been scary by myself. So the reason I chose him is because of how protective and how loving he is of me. Okay. There was a situation with one of the people that I had an option with. Okay. And this is the demise of our relationship, our 9-year relationship, is because, and you're going to say this is stupid. You're probably going to say this is dumb. But and I'm going to tell you why meant so much in the end when I had to decide which way I was going to go. Okay, so there was an incident where some scandalous things were going on, and somebody was doing, okay, somebody sent like text messages pretending to be somebody else to a certain family member on their side, not my side, their side. And for all of these years, I was blamed for these text messages. Okay. I was blamed because I volunteered to take the blame, because who's going to check me? Nobody. Nobody's going to check me. But this was this person's family. And I didn't want, they were working on the relationship. I didn't want them to stop talking because they went without talking for years before I was in the picture. Okay. And so this person had an app on their phone and was sending the messages. I knew about it, but I didn't stop it. So when it was discovered that number, that fake text message, you can trace any number on the internet, okay? And it was this huge thing. That relationship wasn't perfect. They were like about to kill each other anyway, so I never felt bad about that because they were always fighting physically in front of their children. And so that was already a toxic relationship. But who am I to send? Why would I do that? Why would I send these text messages pretending to be somebody else, you know, like why would I do that? But like I said, I did know about it, but it wasn't me. Okay. But since this person found out, the family member that who was behind it, um, by tracing the message, the text message number, and it wasn't my name that they found when they traced the number. It was that other person that I was in a relationship with. It was them. Um, but this person was like scared or something of this person. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, because then everybody was going to find out how malicious this person really is, right? So I volunteered to take the blame for it. Okay. Not knowing that this person was going to allow me to be looked at a certain way for many years, as if I was a homewrecker, as if I broke up the family. But like I said, that relationship was doomed from the beginning. Like it was already, so that's why I didn't care, taking the blame because that was a fucked up relationship, anyways, So, but for all these years, this person threw me under the bus and allowed me to be the sacrificial lamb for this incident. Till this day, one of the conditions when we broke up originally 3 years ago, one of the conditions was that this person had to call their family member and tell them it was me. I was the one that sent the text messages. It wasn't B. And this person never did that. Never. And it bothered me for so long because I was threatened. My life was threatened by the man that this person was in a relationship with. And I'm pretty sure his whole family knew about these text messages and whatever, because they said this guy specifically came over to our house and said, fuck B, fuck her, I'm gonna have her taken care of. A man said that about me, about these text messages. And for years, that man hated me. He probably still hates me till this day. And because of these messages, and the whole family looked at me in a certain way, as if, that's fucked up that she would do that. Because again, the person I was in a relationship allowed everybody to believe that I was the one that was sending the text messages, and I wasn't. I didn't. And I never told them because that wasn't my story to tell. Yes, I volunteered to say it or whatever, to take the blame, but I didn't expect for this person to actually do it, and they did. And for many years, and I never told them either. We did make amends after that. We did make up, and we were, going to family not picnics, barbecues and stuff like that again. And we forgave each other, but there was always this underlining, like, I don't like you, bitch, but I don't blame them for feeling like that for me because they thought it was me this whole time and it wasn't. Okay. So the fact that this person knew that my life was threatened for this, and that not only that, but let that person in my home where I paid the rent and allowed somebody to talk on my name like that, to curse me and say that they were going to kick my ass and they're going to have me taken care of and blah 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 blah, which they never did. It was all shit talking, because I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not. Y'all have seen me this whole freaking year. People wanted to come told me, I'm like, well, come on, like, bring it. I don't care. I'm not afraid of anybody. I don't need nobody's help. I could do the shit by myself. Okay. So I was never afraid for 1 second of this man that was saying he was gonna, a man that's threatening a woman, which, big surprise, he was beating the shit out of that girl in their relationship. But that was their shit. That was none of our business to do. Um, but the thing that why I didn't say anything is because during that particular argument, when this woman has an argument with that man when they were still together, the family member, she would be real mean to everybody else, would ignore her patient, which is her mom. But she gets paid by the government to take care of her mom for home health care. And she would ignore her elderly disabled mother because she was having an argument with this guy. Okay. And that particular fight that they had, she got into it with my person and for no reason, like just blew up on her for no reason because she has like bipolar or something like that. And so I was pissed off because I'm protective of my relationship and my person, and my person's feelings were hurt, you know. And so I was like, "Oh, fuck you! You have beef with mine person, that I have beef with you. You have beef with me, you know." Because that's how I am in relationships. I'm very protective of whoever I'm in a relationship. You have a problem with my person, you have a problem with me. Okay. So, anyways, so long story short, this person let me be the sacrificial lamb, threw me under the bus, and never cleared my name. So in the end, that was my why I made the decision that I made, is because I don't didn't feel protected in that relationship. I didn't feel as if this person had my back in the relationship. Okay. And this guy that I have just been in a relationship for not very long, but we were dating, kind of like dating and talking and stuff for a few weeks, almost like about 2 months or something like that. This person is already like so protective over me, and I'm like, damn, damn. You know what I mean? And that's why I chose him, and I won't get into the other options that I had. We'll talk about that on another day because I'm already talking about this for 10 minutes. But yeah, in the end, that was my decision on that, is because, and also because of what happened in our relationship, when I finally started talking about what I went through in my last relationship, and I finally opened up to family members about it. I was advised that, you know, not to forget about what happened, because I'm a very forgiving person, very forgiving, and I was willing to forgive this person for everything. But that last part where this person let me be the sacrificial lamb for breaking up a relationship that I didn't even break up, and let everybody think whatever they wanted about me, let everybody threaten me, you know, threaten me. That was the ultimate decision, and that's why. Okay, so Hannah and Phil, the Q&A that they had, and this kind of ties together with this Hannah and Phil also. So there's a reason why I'm saying everything that I'm saying about my personal relationship. That's how I could speak on these certain things in the mommy sector, is because of that. It is because I can speak on it because I've been through something similar, and there's a reason I tie it all together. Okay, so it's the whole glazing over the fact that he was in jail for human trafficking. The way Hannah just kind of said, "Oh, because he was hanging around the wrong people." She just kind of like, seriously, like he was holding somebody against their will and prostituting women. He is convicted of that. You can look that up and find that. No amount of bad influences is going to make you pimp somebody out. Nobody. You either needed, I mean, you had households to maintain, and you were still seeing this woman, Hannah, right? Like, no, we don't want to judge people on their past, because I do believe people change. If they want to change, they could change. But that should tell you a lot about his character. The way he treats Jazzy, the way he talked to Jazzy when he was in jail and he was writing her, telling her she was too fat. Do you remember when he was saying all that stuff? He was saying all of that stuff, and she's just gonna like glaze over that too. He was sending his victim, what's her name? Dang it! Oh my gosh, I forgot her name. Oh my gosh, his victim. Dang it, I forgot her name. Not Asia. Okay, Asia. He was sending Asia greeting cards when he was in prison, and they were like, remember, it was a vagina. It was like a Valentine's, and it was like a vagina shaped in a rose or something like that. That was his victim, and the whole reason why he was in prison. And I believe that wasn't his only person that he was prostituting. Like, does Hannah not see that at all? The way he treated these women, it's on video. The way he was also abusing the children too in the beginning. Like that doesn't that's not like a good judgment of character for him. Like just the way she kind of like mentioned the whole reason why he was in prison is because he was hanging around the wrong people. Like what? What? Are you crazy? Like, are you crazy? The way he treated these women as objects, the way he treated them as objects is a good judge of character for this man. And just the way they were just so nonchalant about it the whole time when these women, or one woman, Asia, was afraid for her life. She was human trafficked. Like he was pimping her out for money. He was pimping out his baby mother for money and having a whole household with this woman he was just using. Let me tell you about people around here in Texas, okay? I've seen it with my own eyes, okay? You meet one, you've met them all, okay? This is how these scrub motherfuckers, this is what they like to do to women, okay? They'll have their woman, they'll find a woman on Section 8, okay? They'll find a woman on Section 8, and that's where they'll mainly live. They'll live with that woman or an independent woman. But normally it's somebody with Section 8 and Lone Star, okay? Somebody with multiple children, okay? So they can be in and out. You know, they'll manipulate that one because they'll have issues with men, obviously. So they'll dip on them anytime they want or use them the way he was using Jazzy. They'll use that person for a place to live, okay? Then they'll have these bitches on the side, Asia, okay? Obviously, Asia was making money or somebody that just has a job. And then they'll have that one bitch, the one that's smart, you know, one that has money, one that has a good head on her shoulder. And these men will just use these women for whatever they can. They'll do that. That's how it is around here. You'll find men that are looking for women. That's why it's fucking hard to find people out here. It's hard because all these men just want to be using women. That's all they want. They just want women who have their shit together halfway so they could just fucking use them and manipulate them. That's what they do. That's what they do. But if you allow these assholes to do that, they'll do it to you. They will. That's why I was very careful and selective. I wanted somebody. So this was my want list, okay? Because you know I was out here in the streets, not literally, but out here in the streets. I was looking for love, okay? That's what I was looking for. And let me tell you what was on my list, okay? I wasn't even asking for much, but let me get a drink of coffee. Hold on. Okay, on my want list, which is I got everything with my boo thing. I got everything that I wanted. Okay, was I wanted this person to have a job, and yes, you're like, oh, of course they're gonna have to have a job. You'd be surprised who's out there. Okay, you'd be surprised who's out there. They have to have a job. They have to have a car. Okay, they can have other children. That's fine. You know, I know. I mean, I'm a woman of a particular age. We have to have children, right? Okay. And then this person has to be all about me. Okay. I wanted them to text me first. I want them to reach out to me first. I want them to be more into me than I am into them. Okay. This guy is like totally into me. He is totally into me. He is he is like all about me, okay? And I that could be taken as a as a psycho or something, but no, he's not. He's like well balanced. And that's all I wanted was for and to come from a good family. That's it. That's all I wanted. Those five things, that's all I wanted. That was all on my list. That's it. That's all I was asking for. Okay, there are so many people, and I've been asked so many times that I should do a where I show my my inbox on Instagram. My Instagram is lit. Okay, my messages are, oh my gosh, the people that message me there, that because they, I guess they follow me on all my platforms. They're fucking crazy, man. But that's what's out there. That's what's available to us women. That is these people that are sending me like dick pics. They're sending me pictures or videos of them fucking somebody. Like that's that's the kind of shit that they send me. Like this is what's out there for us single women, you know. So it's very hard. Not very well. These people aren't. Those weren't very hard to X off my list. But there's a lot of people out there that are fucking liars, you know. Um, these people that are like messaging me and they're like, "Oh, I'm over here on location, on secret location somewhere." Like, are you is that code that you're married, you know? That you're a married man? Like, what is it? Like, it is hard out here for us women to find good like people, good men that are going to be there for us and not throw us under the bus. Do you think for a second, maybe because Jazzy has the kids, maybe because Asia has kids by Phil, but do you think he would actually like stand up for them? Do you think he would actually, you know, like defend them in certain situations? Well, we know he didn't defend Asia, you know, in certain situations. You know, he was using her, you know, for money. Like instead of going out and getting a job, this man used a woman and what she had and prostituted her. Like that's what he did for a living. That was how he was supporting his household, his main household, which was Jazzy, you know? That this is the person that Hannah chose to do life with. That's just bizarre to me. And no, I don't judge people on their past or anything like that. But just the fact that they were so nonchalant about it is what pisses me off about the whole thing. He had real victims that he was pimping out. Okay, and he that's what he was convicted of, and that's why he went away. And then the way Phil was saying like, oh, like if it was her fault because she went away. He goes, "You left and look what happened. It got worse." No, because you did that. Don't blame Hannah for that. That was your decision. You decided to pimp those people out. She got out of the way, and it's a good thing because she probably would have gone down with them as an accessory or some shit. But for what reason she was chasing after him, but after all that, that's when it finally clicked to him that she's the one. She's been it sounded like she was desperate to have him. Like so he's like, "Okay, fine. Now that I'm in prison, okay, now that I have a rap sheet, okay, now I'll take you. Now that I have more children, now I'll take you. Now that I'm all fucked up and damaged, now I'll take you, Hannah." Fuck that shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I would have been like, "No. I wanted you before all this shit." I would say no. I would say no because of what he was convicted of. Because of what he was convicted of, I would say no. And that's just me. That's just me being honest, okay? Anyway, so that kind of ruffled my feathers a little bit. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I want to be with somebody that's going to treat women with respect, not somebody that's going to treat women as if they're just pieces of fucking objects. Like, you know? And to me, from the outside looking in, I don't know anybody personally, and this is all allegedly. Phil doesn't, you know, I don't feel safe, you know, being around him. You know, I wouldn't feel safe being around him. I wouldn't, nor any of my future children. So I'm just saying. So that kind of pissed me off. And like I said, women out there, let's not be chasing these people. They only treat you the way you allow them to be treated. And honestly, the way he was kind of like his little comments that he was making was kind of like okay. And oh, here's another thing that I observed. There's a lot from what I know in real life. There's a lot of men that will be with people that are goody two shoes, like Hannah, like she's kind of like the straight and narrow while they're on paper. They will be with somebody while they're on paper just so that they don't get in trouble and to keep them on the right track. And then after a while, they'll end up leaving anyway. You know, I'm just telling you by the people that I've seen in real life. Okay, I know a lot of people on paper who just come out of jail and they're just with somebody just so that they'll behave. You know, and then after that, when they're done using them, because he's probably using her too, he'll be on his way. Or maybe he does really love her and he really has changed. I don't know, but I'm just telling you what I normally see over here out here in the streets is they just use these women just to, you know, just to be on the straight and narrow while they have to report every month or whatever, just to keep them working because they need somebody to keep them in line. So there is that. I didn't like the Q&A, how nonchalant they were. I don't know, that's just my opinion, just because these were serious allegations and charges brought against him. And I don't think that's right. That would be a bad judge of character for me. I wouldn't want to spend my life, the rest of my life, with somebody I got to sleep with one eye open, okay? Anyways, y'all have a good day. Happy Monday. Bye bye.